Beethoven. 17th and 18th century Europe witnessed the rise and fall of many powerful monarchs. But few, if any, could rival the splendor and success of Louis XIV, King of France. Ascending the throne in 1643 at the tender age of 5, Louis began a powerful and successful reign that would last for more than 7 decades. As the greatest absolute monarch of his age, he dominated the political arena that was 17th century Europe, bending both the French nation and much of the European continent to his will. He was called the Sun King, around whom a constellation of courtiers and subjects, princes and ambassadors revolved, bowing and scraping for royal favor. When he stated famously, "L'État c'est moi," I am the state, he was declaring his God-given right to rule. He led numerous military campaigns with fearless zeal in search of conquest and glory. By force of will, he subjugated even nature herself, draining the marshland outside of Paris in order to erect the magnificent Palace of Versailles. With hundreds of chambers and princely halls, formal French gardens, and enormous fountains, Versailles stands today as an enduring symbol of both Louis XIV and the time in which he reigned supreme. Musically speaking, the Baroque era began around 1600 with the birth of an exciting new art form, opera, while historians mark its end with the death of Johann Sebastian Bach in 1750. In the span of 150 years, music moved away from the modal harmonies of the Middle Ages and Renaissance toward the major-minor tonal system we know today. It witnessed the creation of a form of music notation known as figured bass, a kind of musical shorthand used to represent the harmonies intended by the composer. By following this notation, performers could improvise harmonic accompaniments to orchestral and vocal works. Composers continued to build on the rich contrapuntal traditions of the past while balancing them with a strong vertical sense of harmonic function and direction. Composers often drew rhythmic inspiration from the courtly dances of the period, such as the French minuet, the Spanish saraband, and the English jig. Art in general, and music specifically, tried to project to the viewer or listener one clear emotion or affection. Many musical genres were cultivated in the Baroque era. Vocal genres such as opera, oratorio, and cantata, and instrumental genres such as the concerto, dance suite, and keyboard music. Of course, all of this was possible thanks only to the generous support of a patron, such as a king, prince, bishop, or even a town council. This patronage system had been in place for centuries. It was the only means by which an artist could survive. And even though artists and composers were often regarded by their aristocratic employers as little more than the hired help, history remembers them today by the legacies they have left behind. Join me now as we celebrate the musical genius of 3 Baroque masters, Vivaldi, Bach, and Handel. Ready? Set? Then let's go for Baroque.